Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. With all this hubbub about Ripple potentially relocating, moving their headquarters outside of the United States, where it's currently positioned in San Francisco, California, we get this headline. This comes from Crypto News Flash. It's titled "Ripple Opens Branch Office in Dubai Because of Perfect Location Conditions." And I actually read through like three different articles on this, and I like this one the most because of the information and some of the quotes that they had included here, which I think you're going to find interesting. So just going to run through this, and of course the question remains, will Ripple indeed be leaving the United States, or at least their headquarters? Maybe. Maybe. Before we go any further, though, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I would definitely appreciate the support. Because if you do, it will simply tell the YouTube algorithm that you don't completely hate this particular Moon Lambo video. And as a result, it may increase the number of people that are recommended to see this. Because basically the algorithm is just, it knows the types of things that certain people like or in all likelihood will like, just based on their history of viewership. So there we go. And also go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel. Don't cost nothing, son. Take my free content. Damn it. Do you guys remember this? Here's a piece from Cointelegraph. This is from October 30th, 2020. And I actually missed this specific article, which had a key piece of information that I wanted to share with you. Maybe some of you already came across it, but I did not. And I even made a video at the time when this is all over Twitter and in the news about Ripple potentially moving to Japan. And it's like the next day, I think it's like there'd been a shift. I think it was the next day. And I've actually got an article opened up. I'll just look at the date in a second here. But then they're talking about, okay, Ripple's actually going to move to London. I'm like, okay, all right. Nobody freaking knows here. But Yoshitaka Kitao had something to say on this, so I wanted to share it with you. So anyway, it's titled, "Japan is the leading candidate for Ripple's new headquarters, SBI Holdings CEO." And that's the piece that I missed. Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings CEO Yoshitaka Kitao said that Japan is the most likely country Ripple will relocate to should it leave the United States. At an October 28th press briefing, Kitao stated that the blockchain-based payments firm, quote, has made Japan the most promising candidate, end quote, for its new headquarters if Ripple makes good on its threats to move its San Francisco offices. SBI Holdings is a Ripple investor, while Kitao sits on the firm's board of directors. And so then people always ask you, and it's a fair question, is Ripple really serious about moving? And if I had to guess, I'd say yes, because I don't think that they think they have the power to make regulation for the crypto asset class move along the United States at a faster clip. So if they don't think they're going to have influence in any sort of meaningful way, I don't think that they'd say it. So, I mean, unless you think that they actually would have some sort of pull, like I understand they've got all sorts of connections within the government, this or that, but that's not going to make, for instance, the SEC or any other government entity move along any faster. I personally don't believe. You can tell me if you think I'm wrong, maybe you have a different opinion, that's perfectly fine. I love diversity of thought, but I don't think Ripple's bluffing, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they'll move. I'm just saying don't be surprised if they actually do, and it would just be like, too bad for the United States, man. That would it kind of sucks. Because look, I live in the United States. I'm in the Midwest. It would be nice if they stayed here. But hey, whatever's best for the company and the ultimate adoption in terms of XRP as a bridge currency, I'd say go for it. If you're being hindered wherever you're working, that's a strong consideration here. And so both Ripple co-founder Chris Larsen and CEO Brad Garlinghouse have expressed frustration at the lack of regulatory clarity in the United States. And then there was this, and I'm just going to be brief with this too, but this is from payments.com, Pymnts.com. Ripple CEO eyes London for new HQ. And so this was actually October 23rd, so a week prior to the last article, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'd have to go back and see when I put out my video on this topic about potentially Ripple moving to Japan. It may have been still before the word about London was out, and then this just may have been an add-on about what the SBI CEO had to say, which again I happen to have somehow missed, but I wanted to share it with you because I just found it fascinating. So he seems confident if they move, it's Japan, my friends. But anyway, so this article here begins as follows. I'm just going to be real brief on this again. Ripple is mulling moving its headquarters abroad because of frustration with the regulatory climate in the United States. The fintech company is most renowned for its XRP digital currency, CNBC reported. Brad Garlinghouse, the company's CEO, says he went to London in September and told the outlet that the Financial Conduct Authority does not consider XRP to be a security. He noted that other regions have given similar affirmations. And here's a quote. What you see in the UK is a clear taxonomy, and the UK's FCA took a leadership role in characterizing how we should think about these different assets and their use cases, Garlinghouse said. A security designation could put XRP under stringent new regulations. Yeah, and I don't think that's going to happen. It's pretty clear to me that it's not a security. If it did happen, it could be certainly problematic, certainly in the United States at least, because you wouldn't want to use XRP, you wouldn't be using it in the same ways. I mean, in terms of just the tax implications, holy hell, it's like, it would be a problem. It's the same reason that you wouldn't use a stock to purchase a cup of coffee, right? It doesn't work like that. So hopefully it doesn't come to pass. Shout out to James Rule XRP for sending this story my way. Thank you very much, my fellow XRP YouTuber. I do appreciate it. And this is the one from Crypto Newsflash titled, Ripple opens branch office in Dubai because of perfect location conditions. In a press release, the Dubai International Financial Center, or DIFC for short, has announced that Ripple has decided to establish its regional headquarters in the DIFC. The payment solutions company claims that the country offers innovative regulations, an expanding network, and a reputation as a leading global financial center, adding that the entities share a vision of what the future of finance should look like. DIFC Authority CEO Arif Amiri highlighted the advantages that member firms have in expanding and finding new cooperations among fintech firms operating under DIFC regulations. Ripple already has over 500 clients among hundreds of financial institutions using RippleNet in over 45 countries. And by the way, that 500 number, I've not seen that anywhere. Now, again, there are going to be news little snippets that make it past me. That's going to happen from time to time. Not frequently, and especially not notable ones. But that little detail, if that's accurate, not seen it anywhere else. The last number that I remember, I think it was 350 customers is what they were touting. I could be a little mistaken. I'm just kind of pulling from memory, but certainly not 500. But anyway, here's a quote from Amiri. Leveraging DIFC's world-class platform, laws, and regulations, our fintech firms are able to work with other DIFC clients who form part of the region's largest financial ecosystem to contribute to the development of the global, regional, and local finance industry. During this post-pandemic recovery period, we recognize how digital agendas are being prioritized. Ripple and the other 230-plus fintech-related companies in the center are key to driving the future of finance. So you can see that from their perspective, obviously a perfect fit here. And then you have this little subheading, Ripple drives financial future in Dubai. In late September, Ripple posted a job advertisement requesting an integration engineer to expand its paying brokers. The engineer had to be located in Dubai or the United Arab Emirates, or UAE for short. As Amiri added, Dubai is looking to enhance its blockchain technology capability. And here's another quote. Ripple is one of the most exciting client additions to the DIFC this year. They are well regarded globally for innovation in the finance industry and therefore is a perfect partner and client for DIFC, given our vision to drive the future of finance. Together, we will advance the use of blockchain in Dubai, UAE, and the region, and accelerate the Emirates' blockchain strategy in 2021. Yeah, so indeed there's been all sorts of developments here. I'll tell you what, despite the fact that 2020 is like the biggest dumpster fire of a year in history, at least during my lifetime, there's still been some cool developments that have happened. You got to admit, like even with what Ripple's doing to build out the entire XRP ecosystem and just continuing to be a cheerleader for it, there are always developments, and they're not slowing down. Period. Despite anything that's happening from a regulatory perspective or shifts in the behaviors and business situations, climate of markets, just because of what's happened with the pandemic, like they just keep on trucking forward here, and I think it's rather admirable here. That's as reported by Crypto Newsflash. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse confirmed that the payment solutions company would be moving its headquarters to a country with more pro-crypto regulations than the United States. That's not true. They should have written that. Hopefully, it was just a like a little typo rather than a misunderstanding, which would be even worse because I mean they're a news source. But no, they have not announced that they are indeed moving. It just seems reasonably likely that it's going to happen, but who knows? Maybe not. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for stopping by, my friends. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!